What is Talk Kajabi? What is Kajabi?
Oh, Kajabi is our website supporter, like our website host.
Oh, okay. I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, Regina, were you on vacation to Kajabi? I didn't know.
I know. Where is that? That sounds magical, doesn't it?
Where
It does.
in the world is Kajabi? Yes, she is a Kajabi expert. So she is our Kajabi expert. So yeah. But something fun talking about energy and designing, like from the celebration of last night, of the energy of the money coming in, that can fuel the design to be able to say, okay, because it is energy, energy flowed from that person to you. And so it can help with the design of today, so the things that you're designing, the things that you're putting out on Facebook, and just to people, there can be a different feeling attached to it.
Yes.
So because of that. And I was just going to say, like, having the way that we think about money, our money mindset, sometimes I like to think about things in pennies rather than in dollars, just because then I'm like, woo, like it sounds fun, And so I just thought of $100 in pennies, like that's a lot of pennies. So the energy behind that. Yeah.
So something that I just thought I had thought of when you shared that, Carol, is that I am a listener of the Real AF podcast by Andy Frisella, who is the creator of the Live Hard program that I'm like loving. So, okay. So something that he says on his podcast always is that they don't run ads. They don't, they don't run ads, or they don't do commercials, right? There's no promotion on this podcast. And he always asks for, when we deliver value, you share. That is the payment that is due. We do this for free to bring value. And the payment that is due is that when I deliver value, you deliver a share to someone. You deliver it to your people that need it. So even you, like someone saying like, oh, what do I owe you? And you're like, oh, it's free or nothing. And, the opportunity to share or compensate, leaving that open for someone to then decide for themselves what it was worth, and the opportunity to share or to give to you in exchange with that energy. That was what I just thought of, is like, sometimes we don't need to put numbers to it. It is an energy exchange, and then they can decide for themselves and choose what they want to give to you in exchange for that energy that you gave them.
Yeah. Thank you.
I like that too, that it equals a share. So then, on social media, then when you are posting and you're doing the different things, then it'll be mirrored, that you'll be able to have that encouragement, from the people that have received from you.
Yeah. Thanks.
It definitely is encouragement, because I find myself wanting to share it everywhere. Like the simple fact that he just says, like, when I deliver value, when it's real and it supports you in some way, share it with someone. And I'm like, yeah, boom. It just, it leaves that openness to say, yes, that's true. And it's me coming to my own like answer.
Yeah.
So it feels easy and it just flows. And I naturally am like, people need to hear this. That was great value.
That's
Right.
awesome.
So I like that perspective.
Yeah.
I do too.
Love
and it's by
that.
design, right? He says it by design at the beginning of every single one, that it's there on purpose to say, like, when there's value, deliver, like, share it. So that is by design.
I can add that when I add content and stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's awesome. Well, we are at 10:10, so we are in our second hour of Design on Purpose, and we're going to mastermind. I would love to mastermind about designing and collaboration. So, because that was just brought up. So, what about collaborating makes design work? What about collaborating makes
New
design-
perspectives come into mind for me. Like that's the first thing that came to mind is you said, you love that we all think differently, which is new perspectives. It gives the opportunity to hear another perspective about what you're designing that you might not have thought about because someone shared where their mind was in that and how because we all hear things differently, right? Like we
Mhm.
know certain words, trigger certain thoughts and different things in each one of us. That I think that's the same thing with collaboration. That's why it's so powerful, is because you're coming together and it's amplifying what you're doing together is amplified because there's more than one opinion, more than one view. That reminds me of the story that Regina was even sharing about like being surrounded and like having that communication and how much more powerful and can be frightening in when that amplifies in certain situations. So new perspectives, different views was what was coming to mind for me.
Regina shared a story of coyotes that were like on the hunt and surrounded her and her dog. And so that communication, like the sound that you will never forget.
Yeah.
Remember. Yeah. What do you think, Regina or Carol, about designing and collaboration?
I think it's free flow of ideas and it builds. It's like one person has one idea, like you said, and it triggers another thought. Maybe it goes in a different direction, but you keep building and coming back
Mhm.
to what's the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As we're talking, I'm thinking of I think it's a John Maxwell quote. And I'm not very good at remembering these kinds of things, but the gist pretty much of it was, one mind has, an idea, but several minds have a perspective and, ultimately have the answer. If you're just
Yeah.
relying on one all the time, first of all, it's lonely,
Yeah.
right? And then being able to come into this group and having the support of the group and having that collaboration definitely makes you feel like you have more perspective, which makes us all better.
Yeah.
And it's limitless is what came to my mind.
Yeah.
Like if it's just me, I only have one perspective,
Yeah.
maybe two, maybe three. I don't know.
Totally. That's awesome. That's such a beautiful thing to be able to see that when we come together and when we're open to receiving from each other, then we can create exactly what's needed, because we each come from different places and perspectives and thoughts and gifts and talents, and to be able to use those is such a huge thing. And I think that it takes courage too, to be able to say, okay, hey, guess what? Like I'm bare, I'm open, I'm raw, and like don't have it all together. And we need each other.
Yeah.
And so yeah, knowing that it can be a lonely place when we go at it alone. So I'm thankful for the collaboration. I'm thankful for the openness to receive and to be able to design in that. So is there anything that you would love to mastermind about with design? It's the first day of the month of our focus of courage, having courage. So does anything come to mind in that? Yeah, Regina.
I do. So this is all still very in the brainchild. However, yeah. So I am considering doing a course, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And my thought process is that I want to help people go from, to build their opt-in list, their email list, their opt-in, their audience, which also goes to social media stuff as well, and help them do all the things that I do with my clients one-on-one in a group setting where they have homework to prep for week 1 so that they're not getting overwhelmed with all the things. Like prior to start, you need this information together.
Yes.
Okay, so now here's week 1. This is what you're going to do in preparation for meeting 1. And meeting 1 is brainstorming. And then meeting 2 is implementation.
Yeah.
Kind of take them through like each week from idea to like finished.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm playing around with the idea in a lot of ways and just wanted to hear. I know the two of you use Kajabi, but I'd also like to hear Carol's perspective about what I just said and like what comes to mind for you as well. Like, what the hell, right?
I was just thinking that we should connect because I'm not even sure what you do exactly, is what my thought was. So you're talking like a 2-week class or?
Well, and that's what I don't know how many weeks to make it. I have heard it would be more than 2 weeks. It would definitely need to be more than 2 weeks. And it depends on how much we tackle. The answer is always it depends, but I feel like if I sat down and really figured out everything that needed to be done, because I'd want them to have it finished.
Yeah.
Probably 4 to 6 weeks at a minimum.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
thinking 8 weeks. I was thinking 8 weeks came to mind. Becca wrote that 6 weeks came to mind for her. 8 weeks came to mind for me, that like having the doing it and then any questions after. Week 7 is celebration. Hey.
yes. Amplify. Week 7 is amplification, celebrate and amplify, right? So everybody's I like that.
And in the support of that, like something that I could see that's really beautiful about that is that when people are doing the same thing and it's for to be known more, then you have that group that's already like, you've got an incubator, where you have the group that they can go and like, and they can go and comment and share and have that amplified so that they already have built-in support for social media. So that would be awesome to be able to have each other and to say, okay, we've got each other now, go and comment on everything. And, so that could be a part of it, is the support with each other too.
I like that.
So this would be an online thing?
Yeah, it would be virtual.
I did an 8-week online program for my Fit to Breathe people. And I wanted to have more connection with them. Like I felt like once a week was not enough for them to keep on task. But then again, that's just me. So I'm planning on having a 4-week program that's twice a week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is doing twice a week. Like the Monday meeting would be maybe brainstorm and collaboration on whatever, and then give them 2 or 3 days to work through that. And then the 7th day would be, not the 7th day, but the 2nd day would be more like technical stuff. However, I'm curious. Oh, we're past the.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we can put a pin in this and come back. Yes. So we have got 6 minutes to come back to masterminding about collaboration, and that we can go, Regina, we can continue to support you in the thoughts about your group program, your group course, whatever that would look like.
Yeah. So I think what I was saying, I'm not getting stuck But
Yeah.
where I'm thinking about is on the Kajabi side,
Yeah.
I can help with the tech stuff, right? So we could
Yes.
have a meeting that says, okay, we're going to work through the tech together with Kajabi.
Yeah.
However, if people aren't in Kajabi, that's where I don't know if I should split it or if I just should stick with my niche and say it's only for people in Kajabi. This is what we're going to do, because we definitely will move faster in that way and we'd have more success.
I think I had heard of Kajabi a long time ago. And then I was like, no, I don't know if I should use it or if I shouldn't for my personal business. And then when it came down to with OP and knowing that we could have a separate community and all of that, then we decided on Kajabi, and then you were there. And we're like, hello, hi. So we needed a niche person. And so in that, I would say niching with Kajabi would be, I think that for your case, I think that could be a really great thing.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and Kajabi is it's a hosting site where you do like email and landing pages, and you can have people order through it, and like website and all of that.
And
Like
courses as well. So of course,
courses.
the delivery of your product. So it's like when you do like a 6-week challenge or something like that, you can also have people do a lot on Facebook, but if you have a lot of meat to offer and you have it's a portal as well that delivers your content specifically for teaching purposes.
So what would that mean for, you were concerned about people who weren't on Kajabi? Can't they just join that easily? Or isn't there?
They can. So I guess that's kind of, I love that you went there. I love that you went there, Carol, because I feel like that's my thought is that, because I also have like a 30-day free trial.
Mhm.
So I could do something where
Yeah.
so they will need a different set of assistance. So
But even if they don't have to join Kajabi per se, if you're having an event or a class or something, wouldn't they just have access to that?
well, my course is helping people in Kajabi get their Kajabi stuff done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you had if I were to have a Fit to Breathe event, I would be able to have them just come. Would that be true?
No, to this, you'd have to have a Kajabi. Where I would come in, if you wanted to have a Fit to Breathe event, and where Kajabi would come in is you would utilize Kajabi for your
Content and everything, put it in there.
yeah, and your sales page and your payment and your communication. You would
Right.
utilize Kajabi, the software. And where my course would come in is you would join my course and I would walk you through the steps that you need to make all of that happen inside Kajabi.
Okay.
So just like our summit, it's free for it's free for all of our members, and we still need our members to sign up. So they use the Kajabi portal. Like that's what we give to people, is the portal to sign up through there. And then we have to guests, because guests pay for it. So then it's a different road to get there, because they're going to pay first, and then you can have follow through emails, and there's a lot of triggers in there that can make more happen, so it's more automated than so it's just, there's a lot of bells and whistles in it.
Yeah. Instead of once upon a time, if you had something to offer people, you would have your website, and then you'd have to have PayPal over here, and then you'd have to have
Mhm.
Constant Contact, and then you'd have to have GoDaddy hosting, and then you'd have to have where is my course materials going to live? Am I going to use Google Drive? Am I just going to use Facebook? Kajabi allows all of that in one platform.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. But then it's not that customers don't have to sign up for Kajabi. to
No,
get-
not your
Customers.
Right.
but my customers for my thing that I'm thinking of doing does.
If I were to be on Kajabi, then I could just host some program and have them come in.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep, you got it. Okay, we are at 10 after. So welcome, Foxy. Would you share your celebration and intentions in the chat with us? And then we'll see everybody back at 10 to.
What was my intention? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I know.
Yes, yes. Your asks.
Yes, I know. I was just joking.
That's awesome. Okay, doke. See you soon.
Am I getting out? I don't know. Or are we doing a room?
Hold on, I'm gonna close the rooms and then open the rooms again.
I asked the question in the chat, Regina. So if you have all these other things and you wanted to move to whatever it's called,
Kajabi.
and is it easy to transfer everything over without having to redo it all?
No, you'd need to redo it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah.
not worth it yet.
Yeah, it would be a lot of copy and pasting for some of the content, but you need to rebuild the platform. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got 7 magic minutes to talk about design and having courage in designing. So I guess a question that I would love to ask is that, has there been something on your mind or on your heart that you've wanted to do, that you've wanted to design or to put out there, that you've been missing the courage to put out there? So I'm gonna let that sit. I think I see something on Nicole's face.
Yes. Coaching, like, it's totally been on my heart, and I mean, you know that, like, for some time now, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, there's just something inside of me that, like, oh my God, like, so just trying to, I don't know, find the freaking courage to just do the damn thing, because
Yes.
shoot.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna, so what could be, okay, I just thought of a challenge. What if we took 30 days of courage? What if, because today's the 1st of September, what if we took, if you build it, they will come. It's awesome. What if we took 30 days of courage and said, how can I move with courage today? Right? So what would that look like? What would one step towards coaching look like? Like one small step that takes courage. What would that look like? Is there a step that comes to your mind?
There isn't one that comes immediately, no.
Okay. How about let's mastermind to see, like, I know, so when I started coaching, what I did is I offered my services for free for a month. So I spent an hour with different people just to see if I was good at it, like to see if people were getting results and that it was good. And so what I did is I put myself out there and just had connection calls is what they were. But to really be able to draw out what was needed. And then at the end of that month, someone actually asked me, they're like, so how do I work with you? And I had no clue. And so I had a coach. I talked to my coach. I literally had a session with her like within a half an hour of her asking me that. I talked to my coach and she said, create a VIP day. And so I was like, okay, create a VIP day. So I created a VIP day. I created 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months to work together. And she said yes, like that, because it was exactly what she needed. And so what I did in that month of being able to connect with people is that I was able to build my confidence, right? I was able to know that what I was doing is what was needed, and that the people that needed me would find me, you know? And so in that, being able to put yourself out there, to be able to, you know, to test and to see, okay, you know, am I making a difference? Can I make a difference? That's what I did at the beginning. So if that,
Yeah. Thank you. I like,
yes.
I also am like, and maybe it's just like something that's in my head that's just like stopping me, but I feel like I don't have a clear, I don't know if I want to say message, but like a clear message, like what change I want to create, right? Like
Mhm.
the ideas are there, but it's not like super clear. So I feel like maybe that is my next step, is getting clear on that, like what change I want to create.
Yeah. And being open to know that the change that's created, like that is in your dream clients, that's in them, you know, to have that create, so you get to be the vessel that provides the tools to change, you know, or to transform, you know, or that. But I think that there is I'm going to put this in the Facebook group, that let's do a 30-day challenge. Like, how can you have courage? And so everyone that's on this call, would you do a 30-day courage challenge, by posting something on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are that's social, to say, I'm taking courage today, or I'm taking a step of courage, or something, mentioning something in courage for 30 days. Would that? Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay, good. So it'll be fun to see everyone who does do it. Regina.
Should we tag
Yeah.
OPWP?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tag OPWP and then hashtag courage. So those two things, tag OPWP and hashtag courage. I'm excited for it. Okay. And Nicole, I'm going to hand the host over to you, my love, and stop recording. Yay. Bye, Carol. Hi, Angela.
Thank you. Have to leave.
Yes.